book lovers, it is G-Swizz here, and I'm here today with my Babe 2025 TBR Part 1. I say this is a part 1 video because there are so many books I need to read in the lead up to Babe 2025. Now, if you don't know what Babe 2025 is, pretty much Babe stands for the ball gowns and books event. Now, this event previously took place, I don't remember when it happened for the first time because I wasn't there, maybe 2019 or 2021. Like, I don't actually know if it happened before the big sickness or after the big sickness, but the second time it happened was 2023 and I attended Babe 2023, and honestly it was a very exciting time. I'm not gonna lie though, I do kind of remember doing much more prep reading prior to the Rare event that happened in 2023, and Rare is also gonna happen in 2025, so stay tuned for that TBR once I find out who the guests are. Maybe they've been released by the time this video goes up. I mean, I do remember reading some books in the lead up to Babe 2023, like H.G. Carlton's works. Yeah, that was a ride. K.F. Breen's works. The rest of the names escape my mind. But for this event, I am gonna be really prepared. There are, as I'm filming this video right now because the list is ever growing, it's ever changing. At the moment, I want to meet like 32 authors. And I'm pretty sure that at every single bookish event I've been to, I've never met that many authors. I'm really hoping that there is some Babe and Rare crossover eventually. I just need to know which authors are coming to both, so there's less pressure to read some books immediately, and there's also less pressure to pick up pre-orders and to meet all the authors within a short period of time. So right now, as I'm filming this video, I'm just waiting on the Rare 2025 announcements. But yeah, overall, I'm just really excited for this event because, I mean, it has been a year since Babe 2023 and I really miss going to book events like this. I love book events like this, even though I've been to like 2 of them. I've been to other book signings, but these book signings, there's just something about them. I mean, it's the fact that they're really big and so many authors that I love or I want to read are in the same room. It's just so adrenaline inducing, but in like the best way possible. And I get to do it alongside my friends. I'm literally in a group chat right now with Abby, Sash, Zoe, and Tyler. And we still like to call each other the Rare Squad. I'm really excited for these events, and yeah, we'll see how I go. But I need to read these books in the lead up to the events so I can at least make a good conversation with these authors. Now, I've split this video into a couple of parts. I don't know if there'll be a third part, but part 1 will be all the books that I currently own on my physical TBR, and then part 2 will be the books that I am planning to read that I either have in audiobook form or I'm planning to listen to in audiobook form, or that I am planning to read on Kindle Unlimited. And there are a bunch of those as well, but yeah, this stack is chunky. I guess without further ado, this introduction has been long enough. Let's get straight into this TBR. I mean, before I proceed, I really hope this TBR ages well. When I say that, I mean, there have been dropouts, there have been cancellations. I'm just hoping and praying that we do not receive any more cancellations because I am so excited for the event, and yeah, so many of my favorite authors have dropped out already. I just don't want any more of my favorite authors to drop out. And yes, I'm mostly looking at you, Laura. The first book I bring up in this TBR video is Pucking Around, or just any book in the Jacksonville Ray series. Emily Rath is coming to Babe 2025. Knock on wood. Please don't make that age poorly. I have heard nothing but great things about the series. I have a friend who is deeply invested in this series and they absolutely love it. And then I'm seeing the buzz for the series all over the bookish internet. But it just makes me so happy that my friend absolutely adores it and says that it is 100% worth the hype. I'm just really excited to read this book series. I have seen that the third cover in this book series does not match the rest of the book covers, and that kind of devastates me. But at the very same time, I do like that cover. So I'm actually hoping that this series gets an overall rebrand so that we can get an actual matching set, because yeah, this is frustrating. I just don't know if I should bring this book to the signing or if I should bring the third book to the signing. But what I do know is that I at least want to read book 1 in the series prior to Babe. I'm also quite intimidated by the size of this book. This book is chunky. Oh my goodness, it's a 700-page contemporary novel. I mean, I'm excited for it, especially because it is one of the favorite series series of a close friend of mine, and I do trust their bookish opinion. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it, but I'm a little bit nervous at the fact that it is 700 pages for a contemporary novel. I really hope I don't get bored, but this book is so popular on the internet for a reason, and I should really trust that. So I cannot wait to get to this book finally, and I'll let you guys know how I go with it, and I really hope that I have a lovely experience meeting Emily as well. Once again, knock on wood. I just really hope that this video does not age poorly. And next up, I have to mention Elsie Silver. I want to read all of Elsie Silver's series in the lead up to Babe, and that is because I literally cannot decide between the series. I hear great things about the Gold Rush Ranch, and I've got Off to the Races here. I also hear great things about Chestnut Springs, and this was the first series I ever heard about from this author, but then I had this beautiful special edition of Wild Love, and honestly, I feel like this special edition is calling to me. I feel like it is reaching out for me. It's begging me to read it, so I want to read it. But yeah, I don't know. I think I want to read a complete series by Elsie Silver first before proceeding to read an incomplete series by Elsie Silver. But yeah, I'm just really excited to read all of these in general because I hear great things about these books, and once again, they're very hyped, and I really hope, but I do reckon that they are hyped for a good reason. But yeah, I literally cannot decide which series I would want to prioritize. I'd have to say it's between these two, because these two are complete and this one is not yet complete, but the special edition is calling to me. And the next book that I would love to read in the lead up to Babe is A River of Golden Bones by AK Mulford. I also have the Five Crowns of Ockrith series, the first book being The High Mountain Court. I have read The High Mountain Court, but I am planning to reread it eventually because I did struggle with the audiobook. But A River of Golden Bones has a different audiobook narrator if I choose to listen to this one on audiobook, but I do have a physical copy, which is very nice. Now, myself and the Rare Squad have actually met AK Mulford. We had a lovely experience with her and her assistant. I absolutely loved getting to know her in person. Honestly, she's just the sweetest, and I am so looking forward to meeting her again. And I wonder if she's also coming to Rare. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, obviously, as I'm filming this video, no announcements have been made for the authors. I'm like kind of devastated about it. But I do plan on meeting her again, and this time I'm excited to meet her at Babe. I'm really excited. And I've heard good things about this first book. I literally know nothing about it, but I'm looking forward to trying something new by AK Mulford, and I really hope that I enjoy it. I mean, it's romantasy, so I think I will get some sort of enjoyment out of it because that is technically my favorite genre slash subgenre. I just love reading all things romantasy. And this Babe author announcement got me really excited because at the time the admin team were making announcements for the author lineup for Babe, I was heavily side-eyeing a book series. I really wanted to read this book series, and I'm so excited to read this book series. I still have not read it yet, but I really wanted to read this book series specifically because it is a Beauty and the Beast reimagining, but it just so happens to be a Why Choose Beauty and the Beast reimagining, and I was really curious about it. I've also received comments recommending this book series to me, and honestly, I see you, I hear you. It sounds like it's gonna be up my alley, and it's perfect timing because I just received the book in my Fairy Loot subscription, and that, my friends, is Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen. Elizabeth Helen are an author duo, and they are coming to Babe 2025, and I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, like I was so looking forward to reading this series already, but just knowing that as I'm filming this video they have not cancelled yet, I'm honestly so stoked because I truly believe this is going to be one of my favorite series ever, especially because it's a Beauty and the Beast reimagining. Like, Beauty and the Beast is my favorite fairy tale. I mean, I'm quite repetitive on this channel when it comes to Beauty and the Beast, especially when it comes to the aesthetic. I mean, look at this, okay? This is just everything I ever wanted and so much more. I am so excited to read this book series, and this special edition has got me even more hyped. So yeah, I do have to say thank you to Fairy Loot for a little bit of serotonin here, and I honestly have a good feeling about it. I am so looking forward to meeting them, and I think I'm gonna be even more excited about meeting them once I read this book and the series. I cannot wait to devour it and let you guys know how I go with it. And I do hope eventually that I am able to make a Beauty and the Beast reimagining recommendation video. You know, the one that I keep on saying that I'll make eventually. I don't know. I just need to read a few more books and series that have potential to make that list. I'm just really holding back at this point. But yeah, eventually it will happen. I promise. I mean, no, I shouldn't make any promises, but I'm aiming for it to happen, okay? Now, what's awesome about the next 3 TBR books I'm gonna share with you is that they are all special editions from the same book subscription service company, and they were all monthly book picks. And the fact that all 3 authors are coming to Babe is just so exciting. I'm just so happy that their books were conveniently placed in the subscription, so I own them and I can read them. And I'm gonna start off with the one book pick of the month that was within their dark romance subscription, and that is Brat for Bride by T.J. Maguire. T.J. Maguire is an author I have not previously heard of, and honestly, I knew nothing about the series prior to purchasing this book within the Bookish and Spice restock because I'm kind of obsessed with this special edition. It is gorgeous, and I mean, I would show you the art. I mean, I'll show you one end page. There you go. But I will not show you the other end page because the other end page is not safe for work. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot. This reverse dust jacket is gorgeous. It is lovely. This is a mafia romance, and I am very much into mafia romance, even though I don't read enough of them. It is a specific niche that I am definitely into, and prior to purchasing this book, I did not know who T.J. Maguire was, and I'm not gonna lie, my brain also did not register that T.J. Maguire was the same author as this book. Like, I was reading the list of authors who were coming after I purchased my ticket, and I was like, oh, okay, well, there are all these authors. I mean, that happened with a few authors, and I am going to continue to list them off. But it took me writing around 30 different authors' names to keep going through the list for me to realize that T.J. Maguire was one of the authors coming to Babe, and that I literally have a book by T.J. Maguire on my shelf. So yeah, that's quite exciting. I'm very much looking forward to reading this one because I love a good adrenaline-inducing romance, and mafia romances usually give me that adrenaline. I have the opportunity to meet them and to get this signed. I mean, I think I have a signed book plate anyway somewhere, but who knows? Maybe I just want to get this one signed at the event. And the other 2 Bookish and Spice monthly book picks I'm going to mention are part of their Romantasy subscription. The first of which being Blood and Steel by Helen Truer. Helen Truer is coming to Babe. I hope I am pronouncing their name right. And when I say their name, I don't mean their first name. Anyway, I have heard absolutely amazing things about Blood and Steel. I have another friend who is obsessed with this series. As you can see, I have so many friends who are obsessed with so many series on my shelves that I have not actually read yet. So I really need to get to it, honestly. I mean, I technically read what I want when I want, but I really need to read more of my friends' recommendations as soon as possible so that I can actually have a conversation with them about these book series. Blood and Steel is one I've wanted to read for a while. The series is called The Legends of Thezmarr. I really love this beautiful special edition. I think that is absolutely gorgeous, and I think that Bookish and Spice did an excellent job customizing this edition. It's just so beautiful. I'm just very pleased with it, and I can't wait to see the rest of the series in these beautiful hardbacks. And I do personally want to read more from this author. I remember my friends, my bookish group chat back in the day, I don't know, it was like 7 years ago, going haywire over Heart of Mist, which I believe was one of Helen Truer's first book series, and they were absolutely in love with it. I didn't even realize that that book series was by the same author, and that honestly makes me so thrilled to know that I've had friends who have loved this author's works in the past, and now I have friends in the present who absolutely adore their latest works. It just comes to show that their writing holds up, and maybe it's getting better with every book. And the next book that I would love to read in the lead up to Babe is a Bookish and Spice special edition once again, and that is Die For You by Lauren Jackson. I did an unboxing for this book on my channel, and it's just absolutely stunning. I talked about all the beautiful features. Oh, yep, there's the signed book plate, but who knows, maybe, just maybe, I am not going to put that book plate in this book because I want the author to sign it. I don't know. I really struggle with the idea of book plates. Like, every single time I receive a book with a book plate, I struggle to put the book plate in the actual book. It's really bad. Terrible habit. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Well, technically, maybe I'd say 5 out of 10 wouldn't recommend. Maybe you're planning to take the book to a signing like I am, and it might work out within your favor. And at this moment, that is what I'm considering with this beautiful special edition. I am excited about this book. This one is more on the paranormal side. This one kind of gives me Crave and Vampire Academy vibes, and I am very much here for it. And I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, I will love this book just as much as a Jennifer L. Armentrout book. I don't know, I I've just been really struggling with paranormal romance lately. Like, I have high expectations, and I think that's because I just want them to feel like a Jennifer L. Armentrout paranormal romance. I don't know, I really miss the Covenant Saga, and I really miss the Harbinger, and I'm just hoping that I get a similar experience, but I really need to manage my expectations. But I am seriously hoping that Die For You is worth the hype, because if it's not, then I will be really sad. I have this beautiful special edition. I just need it to be good. I really need the story to be good. The next book I have to mention on this TBR is a real big chunker. This right here is the Fabled exclusive edition of it. It is gorgeous. It's got all the foil. It is just beautiful. And that, my friends, is Flame and Sparrow by S.M. Gaither. Yes, S.M. Gaither is coming to Babe 2025. I did also want to read Song of the Marked. I actually don't own that series yet as I'm filming this video. I am still tossing up. Oh my goodness, my collarbone just got hit by that. This is a chunky book and it just hit my collarbone. That hurt. I'm still trying to work out whether I should purchase the standard paperbacks of that series or wait for the possibility of one of the special edition book companies that I subscribe to do a special edition set. I have a feeling that maybe the Bookish Box or Fairy Loot might do it. I really don't know though, because I haven't seen any leaks, but it's a possibility, you know? I've got this very beautiful slipcase of this book and it's gorgeous. It's really thick. I'm pretty sure that this book is like 700 pages. Yes, I was correct. To be exact, 723 pages. This is a duet, so I mean, it's not really going to be a long series, but then again, these books are really chunky. So technically, I'd have to say that the content in the series might just be like a quartet's worth of content. But yeah, I haven't actually heard much about the series, but I saw that Fabled were doing this as a monthly special edition. So I decided to jump onto the opportunity by renewing my subscription, and it's here and it needs to be read. I didn't think it needed to be read as soon as it did, but yeah, you know, it does. It needs to be read before Babe. I just at least want to make conversation with the author and to say, hey, I've read this book. Who knows, maybe I might get other books signed by S.M. Gaither, but I at least want to read one book by them to at least kick that conversation off and not make it awkward. But also it'd be really cool if this book does get signed. I think it might actually have a signed tip-in page. No, actually this is a physical signature. So I don't actually need to worry about this book being signed, but this is the only book I own from this author, so I might just read this series. If not, Song of the Marked is technically free on my Audible Plus subscription, so I might listen to that one on audiobook. I'll figure it out, but what I do know is that I want to read something by this author before the event. The last book slash series that I currently physically own, I will mention some books that I've pre-ordered that are on the way to me. The last book slash series that I physically own at the moment that I do want to get to before Babe 2025 is actually by the co-founder of Babe. And that, my friends, is Tate James's Kit Davenport series. I have the beautiful Arcane Society exclusive editions on my shelf. This is stunning. It is gorgeous. It is definitely one of the most beautiful special editions that I have received within the year. First book is signed, and I'm wondering if I should bring the rest of the books with me to get signed. I do know that Tate James does have a minimum, and I don't think that Tate James will be able to sign the entire set for me, but who knows, maybe I might get majority of the books signed by Tate, or maybe I might get another series signed by Tate. But what I do know is that I want to read this one because this one is a fantasy slash paranormal series by Tate James, and I've only read contemporary suspense books from them previously. And I'm gonna be real with you, I don't know anything about this book series apart from the fact that it is very hyped in the fantasy slash dark romance community. I think it's because Tate James is a very popular author, and this is a book series that sits within a genre that they don't usually write in. So it seemed to be a very exciting special edition from the Arcane Society at the time that it was going on sale and that it was being teased. I am looking forward to reading it because I have enjoyed Tate James's books in the past, so I reckon I am gonna like this series, and I'm kind of hoping that it might just give me Bonds That Tie slash State of Grace vibes, if you know what I mean. I do like a good Waichu series from time to time, but but a fantasy paranormal YQ series might just have a bigger impact because it sits within my favorite genres slash subgenres. And now I'll share a few series from authors who are attending Babe that are on the way to me, but they were special edition pre-orders. So right now, as I'm filming this video, I'm just waiting for my physical copies to arrive. I'm gonna start off with Lady of Darkness by Melissa Roweridge. I honestly don't know. I totally forgot the spelling of her last name. Actually, it might be correct. Yes, Melissa K. Roweridge. This series, or at least the first 2 books in this series, will be coming in the mail through my Arcane Society subscription. It's a bi-monthly subscription and you get 2 special edition books, and sometimes they are 2 books within a series or 2 standalones, and in this case it's 2 books within a series, and this series just so happens to be the Lady of Darkness series. This is indeed another romantasy series I hear great things about. It absolutely blew up on Kindle Unlimited at some point. It's now been picked up by a publisher, at least here in Australia. I'm not sure if the same can be said in US or Canada, but yeah, you know, no, it's kind of a big deal at the moment, and I'm very much looking forward to reading this series. And I'm not gonna lie, even though I know nothing about the series, I'm already getting War of Lost Hearts vibes from the reviews, so I kind of assume this is gonna be one of my favorite series ever, but there's only one way to find out, and that is if I read the series. And the second last series that I will mention in this video today is another series that I'm currently waiting for my copies of to arrive, and I'm very much looking forward to reading these books because Jay Wilder is coming to Babe. I've never read anything from them, and that, my friends, is the Rule Breaker series. I've pre-ordered the Fake Crate exclusive edition set because it looks absolutely stunning, and I've heard good praise and reviews from readers in the comments of Fake Crate's announcements about the series. They're all really excited, and it took me a while to convince myself and my bank account that I needed these books. I mean, I had to read the reviews. I heard nothing about this book series. Sometimes I am scared of taking a chance on random special edition sets, especially because there are so many different special editions that come out at different times that, you know, I do want to save budget. And initially, I was not 100% sold on this series, and that's probably because I was avoiding the comments and I was avoiding the reviews, but they became unavoidable, and honestly, I just really wanted to read the series after seeing everyone absolutely hype it up. And then I found out that Jay Wilder is coming to this event, and I thought, you know what? It's a sign from the universe. I must get the set. I really must get the set, so I caved. Yeah, I caved. I've heard that it's great for those who love Pucking Around. I mean, I have not yet read Pucking Around. That is a book series I do want to read. And honestly, when I think about it, I think the only ice hockey series that I've actually read is the Icebreaker series. I have started Consider Me, but like I have not explored ice hockey romance on a deeper level, and I really need to do that, and I think I'm gonna do that in the lead up to Babe. I'm looking forward to reading this series, the Rule Breaker series by Jay Wilder, and Pucking Around. It's gonna be a fun time all round. And last but certainly not least, the final book series that I really do want to read in the lead up to Babe. In this video, you know, the books that I actually physically own or will physically own is the Brutes of Bristlebrook series. That is, that's a lot of alliteration. This is by Rebecca Quinn. And guess what? It's another book series that I don't know much about. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I know that this is a fantasy paranormal YQ series, and I've heard amazing things about it, and it has been topping the Kindle charts. And that has been what has intrigued me the most about the series. But I caved and I bought the special edition set. I mean, technically, I'm not the biggest fan of the original covers anyway, so when I see that there is an opportunity to purchase a much more beautiful special edition set, then of course I'm gonna jump onto that opportunity. But yeah, I'm really curious about this one. I think I'm more attracted to the series because of the hype, and I mean, I have to read it now because I caved and purchased special editions for it. But I reckon I'm gonna love it because I've had great experiences with other fantasy and paranormal YQ series like State of Grace and like The Bonds That Tie. So yeah, this one and Kit Davenport, I'm really looking forward to reading these series for that specific reason, and I am just really hoping to fall in love with a new series and a new group of characters. So I guess it's gonna be it for this video today, book lovers. If you're watching this and if you are planning to go to Babe 2025, let me know down in the comments which authors are you most excited to meet, and if you happen to stay to the end of the video, leave me the blue heart emoji, and if you happen to enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. Join the amazing community of book lovers. I love you, book lovers, and I will see you later. Peace.
Started out with half and I flipped it in a double. Started out with half and I flipped it in a double.